America has this assumption that Africans are like these humble and people that don't really talk back, but Tyla didn't have all of that. She set the record straight on who she is, and she did it in her own terms, which they didn't like. They don't like people telling them who they are and what to do.
But no, so Lyrica Media Ibuaka, who's that guy from Equatorial Guinea? Baltasar Ngonga.
Baltasar.
Now, that is the true nigga that has certificates of sex.
If I'm being honest, he didn't need to take notes. At this point, he didn't need to take notes.
Yes.
And the worst part is that he had consent from each and every woman involved.
I don't understand. To say, first you're getting consent, and then you're allowing for videos.
Dude, like that's
and they're all okay with it.
And these are not just ordinary women; these are prominent. Some of them are.
You know, there's this African proverb where it says, "Once an elder passes on, a library burns down." Bella Quint is dying with all that knowledge, all that info, the expertise. You find he still had a lot more to contribute. It's just Vele, he has lived his life, and Vele, it was time for him to go.
But you know one thing about Nota, like I think, yes, a lot of people probably just don't like him. But what I appreciate is that I think he speaks a lot of truth, but that truth is not taken serious because of maybe how he delivers it. He delivers it with a lot of arrogance, with a lot of maybe heat. And now people just think maybe he
does speak the truth, but most of the time he's just trolling. He's just speaking shit.
And I want to say the biggest main factor about all of this is the record labels. They're the ones that push the image of getting tattoos, rapping about this, because you don't get your normal rappers that are like nerds that are making regular music. For you to pop, you need to have a certain look.
You have to be a delinquent.
Certain behavior.
The other person that said something about Kamala Harris,
the opposition. Oh, what?
Dr. Uma Johnson. He actually said the only thing they're selling about her is that she's black. She's black.
She's black, yeah.
There's nothing more else she can offer.
Fuck.
And Candice Owens, when she plays this clip, she will tell you, okay, look at this interview that she did with this particular news channel or news station. They're gonna ask her a question. Look at her. She's not gonna answer it. She's gonna spend 3 minutes talking, but she's not gonna answer it. And she literally doesn't answer anything. All of this.
Okay. What or what is
basically
it?
For defamation saying because now he had accusations to say, Hore, where was everyone during the AKA situation? Because one of the people from AKA's team was there.
Yeah.
You know, during the whole thing.
He was basically saying, you guys know something.
Yeah. Hello, Street Squads. Welcome to Global Streetz Live. We are at it again. We're going to get straight to the point. I think by now you should know everybody on cast. We've got BK, we've got Lesejo, we've got me, we've got Kagiso and Neo in the building. And we cut into the chase. Let's do this. You want to say anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay, beautiful. So what are we talking about today?
Neo is going to tell us.
We're putting so much pressure on Neo.
She's the producer.
Okay, Neo. Looks like you are a lifesaver.
Well, I'm the superhero for the day. So, let's get into it. So, we're just going to start off with some sad news. Quincy Jones, very affluent, very well-talented celebrity, has passed away at 91. I mean, he has contributed so much to the industry, and honestly, we've known so many people through him, so many shows through him, and to hear that he's passed away, it is very sad. But at least he left us with so much, Yeah, so rest in peace to Quincy Jones. And
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. But I think, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but when you reach, when you go above 80 years of age, I think people must just generally start accepting the fact that you've lived, man.
Yeah.
You've lived. I think, yes, we will pay the respects to say thank you for who you were, and obviously, just do the honors of just proceeding with the funeral and. But at that age, I don't know. I just feel like nobody should be or still expecting you to like continue living.
Yeah, it's not a shock.
Yeah, it shouldn't be like a shock. It shouldn't be a shock, and it should also not be like. It can be emotional, but it should just be that emotion that comes with like an immediate acceptance that this particular individual has literally outlived so many other people. I mean, at 90, you are literally a great grandparent. So yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially if you're someone like Quincy Jones, you've done everything in your life.
Yeah.
You literally have done everything. You've helped people, you've built careers, produced some dope music.
Yeah.
You've done everything. But even though it's not easy to just lose someone, but at that time, at that age, they're probably very old. So, someone that's probably depending on him like that anymore.
Yeah. True.
But yeah, I think you're telling the truth. I think you're telling the truth.
But even if Moto can be 200 years, it will still be sad. There's this African proverb where it says, once an elder passes on, a library burns down.
That's true.
Quincy's dying with all that knowledge, all that info, the expertise. You find he still had a lot more to contribute. It's just Vele, he has lived his life, and Vele, it was time for him to go. But just imagine if like a USB or plug and just take all the data and transfer it to someone else. That would be dope.
But the impact that he left behind is something that has fed us for many, many, many years.
Yeah.
So it's not like he left us with anything, without anything, because he left us with so much. And from the early 90s to now, it has been him, Quincy Jones, and left a legacy with his kids as well. One of them is also an actress, and the other one was also in the music industry. So he also paved the way for his kids as well. So that impact is gonna last forever, and it's a thing that's it's been there for such a long time that it can't be erased.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So Banaba in the industry,
Yeah, one of Banaba Hai, she's a really good actress. It's just I don't know the name. Then the other one, Jola Lebo, Tupac, LL Cool J, and around P Diddy. Even though it's a sensitive topic, but nearly around P Diddy in like the early 2000s, early 90s, late 90s. Yeah, nearly ex-year Tupac.
Oh shit.
Kidada Jones.
Kidada Jones. Wasn't it the one Tupac was supposed to marry? I'm twisting it up.
So Kidada came before Tupac's then girlfriend, fiance. Sorry, yeah. So, but the other Quincy Jones' child is Rashida Jones. She is an actress. Yeah.
Also to add on what BK is saying, there's also so many people that have stories from him. So he's not even leaving with just maybe helping certain people. I know Lebu M. I once heard him telling a story about Quincy Jones. There's a couple of celebrities from South Africa that will tell you, now Quincy Jones said this to me.
Oh shit.
And this is what I took from him. So you can imagine
The influence.
And the things that people are going to remember about him. He's always going to be that person that even though he's gone, his name is always going to be spoken about because people have stories.
He left a legacy. Yeah.
People have stories, yeah. Let's move on.
And wait, one last thing before, like the amount of respect we need to put on his name for what he did for black entertainment, especially in the film industry.
Yeah.
In making movies, TV shows. He's like one of the pioneers, and we can also put him next to the likes of Spike Lee.
Yeah.
But Quincy Jones also was a pioneer of like the black entertainment industry and
legit
uplifting it. Like the respect he needs to get is a lot. It's a lot. So R.I.P. to him.
No,
but if you think
wait
about
for Tyler Perry.
Yeah. But if you look at the media industry in the US, it's mostly consisting of black people.
The entertainment
industry.
But it's like mostly the workforce. Like if you look at companies
won it.
Because if you look at the people that own those entertainment industry, it's not black people. He was saying, Guti, so by paving the way, not for you just to be an actor, but to actually have a piece of the cake, a piece of the slide, not the crowd.
Yeah, but I mean that's what I'm saying. To say not just being an actor or being a musician. I think a certain portion is fairly owned by black people.
Nah.
You don't think so?
No.
Nah.
It's like us in South Africa, right? How many employees are black? Quite a lot. But how many of them are management?
Yeah.
How many of them own those companies?
It's also a question of like how many black directors do you know?
Oh, okay. True.
There's not many, and he was like one of the pioneers of being a black director.
Yeah. But I'm not, I think I'm talking from also just looking at the likes of your Diddy. And you must also remember that there are other people who are in the background. I mean, you look at your Dre. He's not just an artist anymore. I think he's also in a position of power. Even though, yes, you might feel like there are people that are probably above him, but he is at a rank where you can actually...
Your statement is basically when white people say, you have Petrus Motsepe, why are you guys saying you're still struggling? One phenomenon doesn't mean the gate is open for many black people.
Okay. Oh.
R.I.P. Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
So PK, since you're more enlightened when it comes to the case AI Young Thug, what does it mean when he's being released? Is the case done, or he just got bail and it's still continuing?
To be honest, I haven't been following up on it because there's a lot of things happening around that case.
Konjo, sorry to just think. What did he do?
So he has, if I'm getting it correctly, he has a label called YSL, and so there was a member of the YSL that he really like snitched on them, saying that it's not just a music label, it's like a gang.
Oh.
So Young Thug being the leader of the music group, he was the one. Yeah. And everyone else, not everyone else, but majority of them also got sent to prison. That's why Ghana also went to prison. And how he got out, well, people were saying, snitching, which towards the end of the case, I think the last day of the case, Young Thug asked the judge if he could talk to Ghana and make music with him, only for him, when he got released, to tell the public that Ghana was the snitch. So it was confusing in that moment why he did that. But yeah, he's on a 15-year probation. That's what I know.
And this also, the whole case also sparked from lyrics. So what I know is that in America, there is a federal hip hop lyrics. So, some hip hop artists, sometimes they honestly end up snitching on themselves with their own lyrics. yeah, I did this, I did that. Whereas this is actually a criminal act. You are confessing to a criminal act. So some of the lyrics that they in one of their songs, either from Ghana or Young
exposing,
Thug, basically just like they incriminated themselves in a particular situation. So that's where the whole investigation started. Whereas we're going to investigate you, we're going to investigate your music, we're going to investigate your group YSL. So we're going to investigate everything and everyone. So that's where it's all sparked from.
So is there like a certain crime that he committed?
If that's the main thing I know, that some of the lyrics that they had was something very incriminating.
Okay.
And then that it opened the investigation, and then obviously it led to other things being exposed and other members. So they basically, the group YSL, they deemed it as a gang. Whereas when they were in court, they were like, it's not a gang.
Yeah.
It's like it's a music label. You understand? So yeah.
But also the guy that initially snitched on Young Thug made the court case harder for the people that were trying
Woody.
I'm not sure what his name is, but he made it difficult for them because in the beginning he was willing to work with them, and then all of a sudden he had a change of heart and started making it difficult.
Yeah,
for
I think
them
it's Woody.
Yeah.
Because he's actually a funny guy. Because Nick Shavelin so at first he was a key witness for the state prosecutor, right? But then when they put him on the stand, he was actually going against them. So they asked him, why did you then make a statement? He's like, I was scared. The police were promising me heaven and earth and all that shit. So I just went along with it. But he was basically doing everything right for the opponent and everything wrong for the prosecutors.
The state, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
But there was also this thing, I don't know if Elitica, where Jay-Z wanted to go against basically the prosecutors using your lyrics to prosecute you. Because they're like, now they're messing up with the art.
They are messing up with the art because a lot of them are literally just created.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Eminem. When he made that, I'm sorry, mom. Not even, like, there's so many tracks that Eminem way.
Kim was deadly.
He goes wild. Eminem used to go wild, and it was like so graphic. Even Stan, like even the track itself. I think Stan came. I don't know how true Stan is in terms of, was they really a fan who did this to their girlfriend? I'm Kenya Puting and. But in that track, it practically says, King, dude, I'm only saying these things just playing around. This is not true. What I'm saying is literally just me for entertainment purposes. So what you did to your girlfriend is not cool. I think you must just fix shit type of thing. So
it's like movies as well.
Yeah.
So when we show these things in movies, doesn't mean it actually happened or it needs to happen.
Yeah.
So when they do that with the lyrics, I feel like 90% of them just
bullshit.
They cap it.
Yeah, plus,
Exactly.
if they make it a true thing, like 90% of them will go to prison, because if you listen to hip hop,
It's all about murder,
that's
drug
the
slinging.
essentials of hip hop. So,
But to answer your question, Nichi, one of the things he's accused of, or some of the things he's accused of, is murder, attempted murder, witness tampering, drug trafficking. That's about it. It was a gang and not they couldn't label. Because even I tell before LSG when Little Wayne, these two of us were shot up. It was that time, not Beefali Birdman and Young Thug was new. I think after Rich Homie Kwan and Tite Pina like Rich Homie Kwan blew up before Young Thug. Yeah, because you're getting lifestyle.
No,
lifestyle kia Birdman, but Young Thug and Rich Homie are on.
But Homie Ali famous.
I think Young Thug blew up before because he had the song with Tiger, Hooker. Before that,
Hooker came after. Koji King earlier, Rich Homie, I think he had 2 chains or some shit at the hood.
My nigga.
Nah, is it my nigga?
My nigga.
Kia YG.
Yeah, that's the Rich Homie Kwan song. Oh, also R.I.P. to Rich Homie Kwan.
Yeah. So the shooting of Lil Wayne's tour bus, apparently Ki Young Thug who orchestrated it. Shit. So he's accused of a lot of things. But yeah, I could say if political case if by two, but if he is on probation for 15 years, that means they might not be proceeding. Not they might not be proceeding, but if he does anything in relation to that,
he's going.
then bottom sentence.
Yeah.
So that means for the next 15 years he can't fuck up.
Yeah, it's up for him. But a serious case, low Durk. His case is very serious.
What's a
Yeah, so his one, I don't know each and every detail, but his one is that hire for murder. That's the
song.
Oh,
the
shit.
the biggest
Hire for murder.
Yeah, so hiring
Like in
people.
Gabi vibes.
Yeah.
Shit. So he hires people.
Yeah, so that's the biggest thing that about his case. And before that, he wanted to flee.
Did someone die?
I'm not sure.
In the song, basically, because that's the title of the song, Hire for Murder.
Oh, there's a song too.
That's the song that actually made this
These
whole
niggas are
thing.
crazy.
Yeah, that's the actual song that made the whole him being led to being
And I'm sure he's
arrested.
confessing on that goddamn song.
They're stupid.
Yeah, so there's obviously
He's really
keywords.
stupid.
They fucking
Yeah, there's obviously keywords that link to because there was already a case on the murder that had happened on one of the victims, and obviously now listening to the track, it's like, oh wait, this is what actually they're putting two and two together,
sense.
and then now it's like, okay, no, we gotta look into you and obviously the lyrics, and then now they open an investigation, and then it's like, no, you actually are who are we looking for in this whole thing? So his case is more serious because now he's basically like implicated himself because of the song.
Yeah, his one, I think there's much more evidence than Young Thug.
Yeah.
And before that, he tried to flee, I think, to Switzerland.
To Switzerland,
They
yeah.
caught him before that and then took him to prison.
I know they usually try to flee to countries where they can't extradite to their country back. But for me, I understand the investigating of the lyrics and stuff in the federal. But these rappers are fucking stupid.
Nah, they're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
We must understand, Hore, hip hop is basically a diary.
Not
it's
for
you-
everything, dog.
It's you telling your life, Joe.
Yeah, Marampana, you can't tell people that you killed someone. Come on.
It did DJ and not say the shady shit they do.
You cannot.
PDD kept it safe. How we are next.
And he did.
Look how long it lasted.
Bruh, his whole life.
Nah, you can't tell on yourself, dog.
True.
Yeah, but
like
you
no
know-
one said
you know-
anything. You saying it all. Come on.
Konji Mang Ole, is it Millie or Pokemon? That young kid who got life. At least 16 years. Where in that song he was busy saying, Hore, they were looking for Mang. He's in a bag and he's buried where.
TK.
Yeah, TK.
TK.
Dog, it was maybe I'm under correction, but
It's the same thing.
it was an unresolved murder. And because of the lyrics, they resolved the murder.
His biggest song is the song
It's
that
a
got him to
confession.
prison. And he's not getting out anytime soon, I think. Right now, how rapper the lyrics starting, man. There's something off that song.
But do you guys think that maybe these guys get to a point where they just can't handle the, I don't know, for lack of a better term, trauma? Because I'm assuming if you are going to go out and do anything that's just against, just human nature, like killing somebody,
So
do you think in your head you end up just somehow just psychologically not
Nah.
being sane to a point where now you need to cough it out somehow?
You know what I
and
think it
because
is?
you are a rapper, that's probably the only way to somehow talk about it.
You know what I think it is? I think it's bragging.
Yeah.
There's gangs.
So you think it's,
So they
it's,
need
it's,
to-
you
they
think it's
need to
just
know.
from a power statement
Yeah,
and
they
not
need to know.
necessarily coming from you just not being able to now deal
They
with the
need to
fact that I've
know
killed someone.
who I
It's-
pop niggas.
It's
Okay.
hip hop. Hip hop has always been a thing about competition, about
Okay.
who's tougher than who.
Exactly.
So me telling you or showing you
Yeah.
that I'm tougher
Powerful,
than you,
yeah.
stronger than you.
Yeah.
That's their way of doing it.
And telling the world.
but you know what? I forgot which artist it is where he says you can't be a gangster and be what you call a
Yes.
studio artist.
Yes.
You can't mix the two together.
Yeah.
So most of Bona, they still want to be both at the same time.
You can't.
So what they need to do, if we're not, you started off as a gangster and you progress into being a musician or a star, you must leave your gangster part aside. Like Lil Durk, he had no reason being an assassinator.
He
you
did
think-
a song last
do you
year with
think-
J. Cole.
Yeah.
Do you think? I mean, look at our gangs in like the country. Nah, you have your 26, 27s, 28. So you must remember. I think in most gangs, it's very difficult to leave. If you are part of a gang,
Yeah,
it's
you
very
can't
difficult
just
to
leave.
leave. So do you think maybe that's the reason why they are probably still part of it?
I don't think majority of them are not in gangs. Majority of them do these things like solo. And I want to say the biggest main factor about all of this is the record labels. They're the ones that push the image of getting tattoos, rapping
Yeah.
about this. Because you don't get your normal rappers that are like nerds that are making regular music. For you to pop, you need
Yeah,
to
you need
have
to-
a certain look.
You have to be a delinquent. Yeah.
Certain behavior.
Yeah.
You need to talk about certain things because
Yeah.
that's what sells. So all this murder rap and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
of
yeah,
that is what sells the most in
Okay.
America.
But the reason I say yes and no, nah, there's a lot of artists that they were in gangs and they left.
But they leave.
Bo 50,
Yeah.
bo
So they leave on terms.
you can't leave with gang. Remember, you leave with blood, Baba.
That's what I'm saying.
But
To say,
that's
do you
what I'm
think
saying,
maybe
Hori
most of them
Bonade.
are still in them,
No.
not willingly, but because
No, that's why my
they
answer is a
belong.
yes or no. Once you have money, bro, you can go to the burbs. I understand that you can like we shouldn't justify them being in gangs for them continuing and so
The
some
only
of them you
difference
end
is
up
that they're
paying.
artists now. Some of them do end up paying. That's what I'm saying. They normally leave on terms. To say, okay, guys,
You don't leave, bro.
there are those that.
That's why they keep rapping the color until.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm a blood, I'm a crip. They haven't left. I mean, I'm gonna check a little.
YG,
Not YG. All about Mbulaileng. Lenoka Compton.
Nipsey.
Nipsey. You still rep the flag, bro. What I'm saying is that, dude, now I have a lot to lose. I'd rather give you guys 20 grand every month towards your cause. Not you physically going and doing all that. No.
And also, there's the side of rappers who are in gangs and are incriminating themselves, but there's also a side of rappers who are still in gangs and are keeping stuff.
Low profile, yeah.
Yeah, like you have a lot of rappers that like Bo YG and most of these guys from Compton. They're still under these gangs, but they're still not incriminating themselves like these other ones that are choosing to send themselves to prison. So
It's these new rappers.
yeah, these young rappers, they
This young.
I think they have the pressure of proving themselves.
yeah.
And from what I've gathered as well from doing research on this whole federal department that investigates lyrics, it stemmed from, back then there was gangster rap, right? Bo Eazy-E, Bo, and all those people that were actually gangsters. They literally practiced what they preached, do you understand? So it was like, okay, now I hear your lyrics, but as BK mentioned that there's something off about these lyrics. You're actually telling, you are confessing. You understand? So that's how it all happened. Like, okay, KG did say, Hore, it is a diary. Yes, we understand. But there's certain things that you can't save. And then these people were just flowing and just going on. I did this. I did that. I did this. I did that. And back then, because there was no investigations involved, I could just freely express myself and get away with it. Then they were like, no. We got to put a stop to this because now most of these murders that we are investigating, it links back to these people because these were actual gangsters and they were actually doing these crimes. So now there's this whole thing. So obviously if Jay-Z's like, okay, it does, it takes away from the art.
The art, yeah.
Which I do get him, but at the same time it's like, no, these people are actually doing these things and getting away with these things.
So it's like 50-50.
50-50.
Yeah, but it's mainly, like I said, it's mainly pushed by record labels.
The image.
It wouldn't happen if it wasn't for record labels. You need to look a certain way, act a certain way, say certain things.
Yeah.
And it happens with not just hip hop. It happens with R&B and whatnot. We want to R&B artists, they went from dressing modestly to now when they signed, it's sex appeals as well. So it's a thing of that. So with hip hop, it's mostly about
Just
violence.
Violence,
But even feuds, what PK is saying makes sense because if that artist dies or goes to prison, they make more money than when that artist is free.
It's free, true.
Because the record sales and everything skyrocket. And what's your guys' take on Tyla not being nominated for the Grammys? From being called an industry plant, raking all the awards, and now to nothing.
You know, recently, like I found out that the Grammys don't pick you for nominations. You as the artist or your team has to submit.
Oh shit!
You have to submit, and maybe she did submit, and they can reject your request because even me, so I can submit, and it wouldn't make sense, so they can reject it. So maybe she did submit and they rejected it, but yeah, they don't just pick you. You have to submit.
You have to submit.
For me, it's a bit sus. It's a bit sus because the thing I'm trying to understand if the bad comments that were thrown at her a couple of months ago when she was at the breakfast show, if they had an impact on this particular.
They're punishing her. That's what.
Because I think because there's painted an image of.
Also, Joe Biden was going in on her. So I think that had something to do with it because it doesn't make sense. Nota was saying, "Hore, Tyla sold more than the country album Beyonce that she released."
Yeah.
But she's not nominated.
Yeah, she's doing the numbers definitely, but like I said, I feel like they are punishing her because of what has been happening these past couple of months, and that's just how entertainment works, I guess, in America. That one day you have it all, the next day they could just take it away.
Yeah, I feel like
so they can end you.
So do you think they unfairly took it away?
I think they are actually.
You just said already. Could that have just tainted her image?
I think it did actually.
Yeah, because now obviously
because there was a lot of she does not deserve comments.
Because obviously
how did she move from zero to hero?
Because obviously there's a from what I've gathered from obviously people commenting on the situation, as Lisego said, that she's being punished from that podcast that she had or the interview that she had with the breakfast show, whereas they wanted her to represent a certain image. Because obviously the people that are making it big in the entertainment industry, that side is African Americans, and obviously she has that image that she could say pull it off. And because now she basically set the record straight to say, no, you know what, I'm not really black, I'm in my country we are referred to as colored. And in America, colored is a slur. You understand? So for them, it's like we put you on a pedestal. You're not really meeting the standard that we set for you. Because in our eyes,
a certain way.
They wanted her to be a certain way, and you're not living up to that. Uppity African. Yeah, so basically she's not living up to the standard that they had for her, and she's being punished for that.
So basically they called her that because usually America has this assumption that Africans are like these humble and people that don't really talk back, but Tyla didn't have all of that. She set the record straight on who she is, and she did it in her own terms, which they didn't like. They don't like people telling them who they are and what to do. So they wanted control over her, which they didn't get. She didn't accept that. So they deemed her as some rude person and some person that doesn't want to listen to people, whereas America is.
So the other thing, I remember when she was accepting that award, which sparked this whole thing. She also set the record straight because she won an award under the Afrobeats category. And she actually, when she was doing the acceptance speech, she actually told them that I'm doing Amapiano. I understand, Jorge, you're giving me under this category, but this is not what I'm doing.
And she did
that's
mention
also weird,
research that you didn't do the
She
necessary
was giving out
research.
a lecture.
Yeah,
Tell
because
them, "Hoi, I understand how Afrobeats is a thing, but I am under Amapiano."
Also her.
See, this thing of categories is the biggest discussion ever, because also with these things you like I say, you submit, you have the choice to submit which category you're gonna fall
Yeah.
under. And also, to be fair, when I did listen to her album, a lot of it sounded Afrobeats.
Sure.
So Americans, I
Can't
get
know
like
the difference.
yeah, what the difference is. To them, it's just African music.
Yeah.
But for her to be brave enough to stand up and tell them that this is who she is, they didn't like that. But at the same time, also when you do dive into her music, you find more traits of Afrobeats
Than Amapiano.
But you know what?
Amapiano.
I think she's been punished simply because she comes from Africa.
Yeah.
Rihanna comes from Barbados, and many times she's set the record straight. She has never been called an uppity islander or shit like that. Nicki Minaj is not also from America. Kojaki Mang, who now got arrested for shooting Megan Thee Stallion.
Tory.
Oh, Tony.
Tory Lanez.
Drake.
Drake.
We are fair.
Nicki
Drake.
Minaj has even come when she won, I think, Album of the Year or some shit like that. Then she's laughing. She's like, I'm not even a hip hop artist. I do pop. Oh no, I think it was Drake. Then he's like, I'm even taking hip hop awards, and I'm not even a hip hop artist. I'm a pop star. So why, when Tyla does it, it's a whole hoo ha. I just think because she's African. Even if it wasn't Tyla, if it was anyone else who was African, it would have caused the same stir.
I think I really think so too, because I mean, it really doesn't make any sense. And my thing is, this is where the problem starts, when people make you.
Yeah.
When you start to piss them off, they can end you like that.
But her duration, could that also just play a role? To say, maybe you're comparing her to people who have been in the industry for so long and only maybe started, behaving a certain way after they've made it. Like you just mentioned, the likes of your Nicki Minaj, your Drake, when he came and he said whatever he had to say. Could her
Drake was
duration?
fairly new even then.
At
But
the time.
what I'm saying is that, which African do you know who has set the record straight and their career is still it hasn't been tainted? It's like they expect us to have our hand in between our legs, or like
As
we must
sneakers.
we must bow down to them for every single thing, Joe. Like, we need to be humble even though when it's not necessary. Like, for example, hip hop, it's not a genre where you are meant to be humble. It's all about bragging, setting your stripes and all that
All
shit.
about disrespect.
Yeah.
But if an African rapper does that, who the fuck you think you are? Huh? Like, they always want us to have, like, nah, fuck that shit, Joe.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. She must just come back home and actually do a proper song like Calvin Momo.
Now I think she must continue stomping on these Americans. She must show them that.
Yeah, the thing is,
who
they're gonna
really
close
are.
those doors.
If she
They're
has
already closing that.
if she has the labels backing, nobody can stop her.
But she'll open a lot of doors for a lot of
Yeah.
Africans. Because now they already have a preset mind of how we are. Well, now if you blow up tomorrow, you're going to be meeting the same conditions. So she'll rather be the martyr now. Yes, she will struggle and suffer, but the next person who will be entering through that door will have that freedom.
If she has the labels backing, like, nothing can stop. The only people that can take it away is your label. We've seen many artists that have been cancelled on social media, but still have the labels backing and are still doing those numbers, are still doing whatever they need to do, because number one, your greatness talks, and number two is the people that are backing you. And I think she has a strong backing from her label. Look at the marketing she has gotten. It's probably like the biggest in the world. The numbers she's doing, the way she looks, everything about her screams that they need to push her, because she has all the qualities of a superstar. Now to take it away because
people
a couple
don't
of
feel.
people on
Yeah.
Twitter, they don't like what she said.
It's business. It's
not
lots
gonna
of
lose
business
them
for her
all.
as well.
I'm sure Nigerians are happy.
Because now, from what I've seen, the comments, African Americans or people from America that don't like her, they were saying that, who will you be without us? Because we made you. That's the perception that they put out there, that you can't be anything without Hollywood. As much as Hollywood has put her on the platform, she is an international act. That's what people were saying already. Yes, even if she doesn't make it in America, she's an international. She was in Japan. She was in Europe. She's an international. She's
she had
big.
number one songs in multiple
Most countries. So even without America's backing, she's still an international act. SBK saying that if the record label pushes her and backs her, nobody can honestly stop her.
Yeah, but also we need to understand, Hori, even though she's bigger in other places other than the US, half the time you get bigger in those areas, it's because of the US and the influence that they have. Because a lot of people, they do actually follow what the US is telling us in terms of entertainment and music.
Practically, yeah.
That's true as well, but I also think the UK is a big part. Like Burna Boy, he didn't blow up in the US. He blew up in the UK first. Bo, Whiskey, Davido, all these
they
big
sell
African
out in
people.
the UK.
Thames, you blow up in the UK because UK is filled with people that are from here, and they're gonna support you. They're gonna push. They're gonna push your stuff. So for you to reach the absolute top, America is that place, but you can still blow up without them. UK being one of those places, which Tyla is also very big in the UK.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on international topics, how do you guys feel about Donald Trump winning the elections?
Just a game.
The big boss,
Just a game.
the big dog himself.
The second time. That's it.
Get in, just
Did
I
it
was
twice.
Did it twice.
not following that thingy, but I saw it a lot on TikTok. The elections and the build up to the elections. I was following, who's this lady that I've been listening to? Candace Owens. I listen to her a lot. It's because the reason why I listen to her a lot is because all the other people are saying the same shit. It's as if they're bought. And this, and she makes sense to me when she says these things.
A different mindset.
Exactly. So I'm looking at these elections and the build up, these two candidates, the campaigning. And to me, it makes sense why the other person that said something about Kamala Harris,
The opposition. Oh, what?
Dr. Uma Johnson, he actually said the only thing they're selling about her is that she's black. She's black.
She's black, yeah.
There's nothing more else she can offer.
Fuck.
And Candace Owens, when she plays this clip, she will tell you, okay, look at this interview that she did with this particular news channel or news station. They're going to ask her a question. Look at her. She's not going to answer it. She's going to spend 3 minutes talking, but she's not going to answer it. And she literally doesn't answer anything. And I'm like, what's going on here? And then by level, like how beats out all these celebrities to
The
come and
campaign.
perform at the rallies.
And when I saw it, I remember someone actually, they made a good point. I don't know if you guys watched the Boondocks back in the day, but someone pointed out that if you guys actually look at this campaign, the Boondocks did literally refer back to it and say, this is how black people are. Because, the show Boondocks is basically about black people and lifestyle and how we are as a people.
Yeah.
And they're like, literally, this was actually said by the Boondocks because you bring out all these celebrities. You're not really campaigning in terms of politics. You're not selling to the people in terms of, this is what I'm going to do for you. This is how I'm going to change your guys' lives. Because obviously, me as a person who I see a black person on a political platform and I want to vote for them, and you have to convince me as a black person this, my life is already shit. How are you going to change it for me when you are up there as a president? You understand? So she wasn't really selling that image to say that I'm here to represent you, to change your lives. So basically it was like, you know what, she was not really campaigning
The amount of
for the
money
presidential.
the amount of money she spent on that campaign.
Crazy, man.
Crazy.
amounts. I think it's trust issues. Trust issues being that with Donald Trump, I feel like people know what to expect from him, what he's going to offer to them. Whereas with Camilla, there was none of that. And people had that trust issues. If we put you in this place, what are you going to do for us?
Doubts. They had doubts.
Whereas with Donald Trump, he's been saying even back when he was still president, before that, he was telling the people what he is going to do. And he met those goals and those expectations. Whereas with Camilla, there was none of that. It was just celebrities.
She was giving red flag vibes.
Yeah.
As a house nigga. Because even if you look at the first term of Donald Trump, in the history of America, he's the only president who never engaged in war. He was actually preaching peace. The war only happened during Biden's term with Russia and Ukraine. Donald Trump was actually preaching peace. And Putin has said, Guti, the president I'll actually listen to that's coming from America is Trump. Because Trump is not coming with, how can I say? He's saying one, but he's going to do two.
Yeah.
What he's actually saying is he's an open book.
Yeah, he's who he is.
Yeah, that's why even some black people that were voting for him is that he's not bullshitting us.
Yeah, he's not bullshitting.
If he's saying I'm standing for white people, I can appreciate the honesty. Unlike Boca Melia, like why are you even fetching celebs to appeal to certain people?
Yeah, it's
Biden used to go to black neighborhoods and make like he's for black people. And also during Trump's term, like the interest was lower. What they saw is that during his term, youth between people from their 20s to 30s, they had higher numbers of people around that age group buying houses as opposed to other presidential terms. Meaning he was opening the market to the people to engage in.
Which is what's needed.
So what was Camilla going to come with? Besides being black, as you guys are saying.
And people about it, even though Camilla had a super team because she had all these celebs. She had even Barack backing her.
She had the whole machine.
She had a super team. Donald Trump didn't have anyone and he still won.
And
in fact, Donald Trump is attend a case whereby he might even go to prison.
And he still won.
You know, the other crazy thing is that they have tried everything for Donald Trump. Like, they tried everything to stop him. Earlier on in the year, that's when they opened these cases. They tried to assassinate him when he was doing his campaigns. They literally tried everything with that guy. And I think they knew what they up against. Because you can't try all these things when you don't know what you're up against.
Yeah.
The other crazy thing is that Donald Trump won these elections without any traditional media on his side. Everyone was speaking against him. Literally, the entire machine was working for Kamala Harris to win.
I think honesty just takes you far. Like he was like Kagiso said, he's an open book. He's honest. He's himself. He doesn't necessarily have to pretend or behave to be somebody else.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah, what you see is what you
There's
get.
very few celebrities that were on his side. The last clip that trended, was Elon Musk and Joe Rogan were having a conversation, co-podcasting at Joe Rogan, and they were actually on his side. And Elon Musk, he's the only person that gave him a platform because there was a time he was doing a show there on Twitter. And that show there was millions of people streaming, dog.
I get it. Akira got Twitter. Remember, before Elon bought it, he was banned. Then as soon as Elon bought Twitter, he's like, fuck this censoring shit.
Yeah.
You can't censor people's opinions or want to censor media. He uncensored Twitter and he unblocked Donald Trump and brought him back. So what you're saying is right. And I think they know why. They're in even higher positions to understand and know how the socioeconomics work and geopolitics, how they work and all that shit. And for them to root for him when everyone is against him, it says a lot.
The media houses were up against him. On his rallies or his campaigning shows, every time he's taking questions, when someone says, I'm from CNN, he would tell him, no, you spread fake news. Yes, I'm taking you. He was stopping them.
Might be the biggest win we've ever seen against a super team like that. But I also think that Trump and Elon, I think they're cooking up something. Elon is a very strategic
He's
man.
very smart.
And he doesn't do things just for just. There has to be something that they're both cooking up. For Elon to be one of the only people to back Trump up, if not the only one, with such a big platform to back him up, there's something that they.
I get it. Before he won, they were actually pushing for his citizenship to be revoked. Because he's also like Trump. They don't like him. I don't know if it's the media or who, they were actually pushing for citizenship, Elon to be revoked.
But if Trump about to deport too, what about Elon now?
Elon, the thing is, how many jobs is he doing? He's not like he's a legal immigrant.
That guy is a piece, but he has like 12 kids. He has multiple companies. But where does he find the time to do this? But there's a game called Diablo. It's one of the hardest games to play. But Elon is ranked 20th in the world. So people are asking like, well, how does he do all of this? He has like 12 kids, businesses, he's creating, he has time to play games. Like,
money will buy you time.
Nah?
Money will buy you time.
And with his money, you can buy.
But as you're saying, I think it's smart. Imagine now when everyone's against you and you for him and you win the president. That means you're in that president's favor. You can just call him on his cell phone. He's like, actually, I'm in shit. What do you need, my dog?
Yeah.
You just come and say, President Trump said.
Yeah, he's untouchable.
Big Trump.
Untouchable.
But this is Mfana, on the day when they were announcing that he won. Mfana, I was seeing the clips of these shows. Mfana nenkar hlokafetse president. Mfana dago profast lapung. There was a somber mood there. Mfana, who's that other guy that has a night talk show? He was crying, that guy.
Hey, man.
Whoopi Goldberg, Liena Kai, Liena Haketsi Kai.
Miss Massimo.
Yes, it's very last that I hear about Whoopi
LeBron,
Goldberg.
he posted his kids he posted his daughter saying, what is this? I'm sorry we failed you. This country's not gonna be safe for you. Muta commenter
On a Diddy party.
Muta commenter, Ari bro, you have a game in 4 hours. Focus on that.
Focus on that. And coming back to local, how do you guys feel about Nota being arrested again?
Arrested.
Yeah, that guy keep putting up in pet.
Yeah, no. Can't get Kantolagala.
That guy keep putting up in pet. But
What is he arrested for?
Yeah, I was just about to ask, what happened? Why did he get arrested?
So he's being arrested for contempt of court against one of the cases he had with KO.
KO.
Yeah.
Okay.
was he supposed to attend and then
He was supposed to attend. He didn't attend. And now he's been sentenced to 60 days.
Shit.
Effective on Thursday.
Shit.
Kimona posted a video that Aliko Tronko in the cell. And he was showing all the other prisoners around.
Outside my meal, no?
He's gonna
He
get.
doesn't.
He's gonna get.
But wasn't he in the States though?
He came back a long time ago.
He's gonna get that sentence.
As soon as those
extended
guys-
because of having that phone in there.
As soon as those guys that killed AKA got arrested, he came back.
Yeah?
He was talking too much. Yeah. He was
Shit.
talking too much.
Big
And
problem, yeah.
he probably got the call and said, when we are power. When you are power. And when we can get rid of you very easy. And then he ran away. So as soon as those niggas got arrested, he came back.
But now to provide context, because I can't say be KO.
It was from that AKA thing. Akiri Ntwana AKA was part of the entourage. Ntwana KO was part of the entourage AKA at the time when he got shot. So he was now blaming KO.
Yeah, because apparently there
And
was a
say,
time when he
"We want
blamed,
answers."
KO.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because he was going wild, bro. So
He
when I
was-
want answers,
man, he
you must
was
tell
crazy.
us this. Yeah, he was going
Because
wild.
now he allegedly had accusations to say that
He was accusing all of them.
yeah.
KO Suile or what is it?
basically for defamation, saying
Defamation,
because now he had accusations to say, Hore, where was everyone during the AKA situation?
Yeah.
Because one of the people from AKA's team was there,
Yeah.
during the whole thing.
He was basically saying You guys know something.
Yeah. That's
Because he was insinuating that that basically like KO failed to safeguard AKA
And
during
recently,
that time.
I think it was last week, KO released a song with AKA.
Oh yes, I saw that song. And then Nota Mfana Kiskro for it. I mean, go back to the city like 3 weeks ago. He got murked by Zenga.
Really?
Ushayule ki Zenga. You know Zenga, ne? Smash it.
Yeah. Smashes.
why?
Akiri, he was talking smack about him.
But you know one thing about Nota, like I think yes, a lot of people probably just don't like him. But what I appreciate is that I think he speaks a lot of truth, but that truth is not taken serious because of maybe how he delivers it. He delivers it with a lot of arrogance, with a lot of maybe heat, and now people just think maybe
He does speak the truth, but most of the time he's just trolling. He's just speaking shit.
Can I say, not as one of those people, you're just waiting for him to say something so you can punch him.
Yeah, but
He has that punch me face and attitude, bro. It doesn't matter what you say,
just
it's gonna rub someone
exactly. That's what.
off badly, Joe. He can be speaking facts, but just because he's not,
just because it's not. That's like a lot of people don't take him serious. But to be honest, I don't know who Nota's parents are. But I actually said this the last time to say this guy's got a lot of information, and information on big people, and it's only a matter of time until he exposes a lot of people. So how a lot of people are probably sitting and just wishing, I hope you don't get to my name. Because a lot of people will probably be exposed by Nota.
Now we need journalists like him.
We do.
We can't have like journalists that are always preaching good things.
Exactly.
Are always in the favor of whoever
bad people.
Whoever is in power. We need journalists that are gonna be honest. They're gonna be transparent, and they're gonna say what needs to be said.
Exactly.
Uncomfortable conversations need to be had.
But
So-
you know what I don't like about him?
There we go.
Everything great comes from him.
and her trimincha. That's also a problem. I got too much of it. Fine.
That's what I mean.
Like when I live failing,
That's why I'm monkey
he
serious.
does exactly. Lena Mzansi man, he's thinking, Ashay Bonitinyana. Yeah, you know, just be a little neat. Yeah, Nagila one.
Skamamala.
When I look like a man, I am fan.
That
Gambo.
thinks he's a hit.
Bro, Kinalo Rantana Markuta Manala. At least in fit.
That time he thinks he's a hit. That time he thinks he's a hit.
That's like everything great comes from Nota.
Yeah, but you know.
You're not
But do you think it's not true? Like
Sometimes
some of the stories are, yeah, hey, nah, made him. Hey, what, I was actually there.
It's because of him.
A lot of people, man.
Look at Rona. He'll
one
be
thing
saying
I
the
wanna
same
know-
Saying the same thing.
He was here.
But I think
Sounds like me invite there, right?
I just
He's gonna tell people he made us.
yeah, I think you'll be a great
He's
one,
gonna tell people he made us.
a special
I will
guest.
invite
We will invite him. This is what I actually mean.
Yeah.
But I think it's just that with him, he has a lot of information that we don't know
He's very
about
smart,
the
that guy.
industry. Like if I was to say like Meg G, he has
That
a lot
guy
of
is-
information
yes, that
that
guy-
we don't know. So obviously, he's not someone that's gonna get on a mic or on a podcast and just ramble up
Exactly.
and not knowing
That's
what he's
how I
talking
see him as
about.
well.
So he knows what he's talking about. It's just that the delivery, as you say,
Yes.
and the image that he's selling. I kakani, like
Exactly.
And
So
that
it
guy-
looks like it's just bullshitting. You gotta watch that. Like I think they've painted an image here. And this one is cuckoos.
It's like-
but to be
it's
honest
like-
with you, it's one of those guys that
Yeah.
that's practically who he is.
That guy-
It's like
that guy's-
Orlando Bloom as well. It looks
Yeah.
Orlando Bloom. He says a lot of stuff, and people but wahlanya.
Yeah.
Mainly
But again,
because of the way he
characters-
looks.
Yeah.
So
Orlando
not
Bloom,
aka trimmer.
Analytical dates a Raven, ne?
Yeah, that's so Raven.
Oh,
Because Linton P did it long before, but
Years
because they
ago.
painted him as an image of a
Yeah.
loony bin,
Oh, well.
Abamunki serious.
Exactly.
Utwanali Jaguar right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's their media that side that makes them look like crazy people.
Yeah.
But
So that
media
they don't take
everywhere
them serious.
will either make you or break you.
Yeah.
But no, Lirinka media ibuaka who's that guy from Equatorial Guinea? Baltasar Ngonga.
Baltasar.
Now,
Main man.
that is the true nigga that has certificates of sex.
Why, if I'm being honest, ne, P Diddy needs to take notes. At this point, P Diddy needs to take notes.
Yes.
And worst part is that he had consent from each and every woman involved.
I don't understand. To say, first you're getting consent, and then you're allowing for videos.
Dude, like that's
And they're all okay with it.
And these are not just ordinary women. These are prominent. Some of them are wives to politicians. Some of them are wives to business moguls. So them consenting to this, knowing very well that anything could happen. I'm a married woman, and they agreed to do the video.
This is
it's like I know unja game shem. Little memes.
I actually saw a photo where I think it was like a photo, like politicians, where he was, and there were other, I think the wives of politicians, and I think they circled all the women that he had actually stepped with, who are wives to some of those guys who were in that image. And I'm sitting like, this guy, bruh.
I'll tell you that problem. Even his own brother's wife. The minister, deputy president, or the president's wife, the business mog, to a point where the country area, you know what, we can't have this, we're going to arrest you.
But
for something that's consented.
honestly speaking, that's my question as well, to say, what are you arresting on?
One of the charges is public endangerment. So Batamu it's the blood test and all that. So if he is sick, he's gonna be charged for endangering people's lives.
That guy,
and if he isn't,
study him, we need to study him and find out
how he does it.
Documentary.
That's what I'm saying.
Netflix.
But someone
Now you should have a documentary.
Someone did point out something that if he didn't have those videos, literally any of these women could have changed the story.
Exactly.
So this is evidence to protect himself in a way. Yeah,
I thought about that as well. To say, to be honest with you, now that it's out in the public eye, a lot of women would have said, he forced me into it.
Yeah.
You know,
because obviously, Linyalo Lafela,
exactly.
Yeah.
married to the president.
There's a lot to lose. There's a lot to lose.
So you'd rather have him in the firing line as opposed to your marriage and relationships.
He's basically what they said is he's basically like a tax. He's in the tax department.
So he's like a minister.
But he's working for the government.
Yeah, he's working for he's a national agency for financial investigation. So basically he works anything that has to do with tax in that country.
He looks like a nerd.
But how do you do that thing, dog? I think always or something.
This guy's got he's got a woman.
There's no way.
He has a wife himself.
He's got a wife himself.
Yeah,
like
so
4 kids, no?
And worst part is that people saying that looking at the videos, so obviously, because I was like, how do you guys even get these videos? They were like, he's not using protection for any of these videos.
Yes, that's what they said.
That's what they said, which is like, you have a whole wife. You're not even afraid of, getting catching whatever. So it's like, this is basically like someone in the government. He's
high profile.
His role is involves managing financial regulations of the country.
I refuse to believe this guy has a game like that. There's
let
me play a twist. Let me play a twist. Since he's in one of the key positions in finances, what if the woman he slept with, he was saying your husband's in trouble or you guys are in trouble, you're evading tax and. Give me 1, 2, 3 and I'll turn a blind eye. Yeah.
So
what
you
if
think
so many,
something he used against them?
That's like the whole cabinet. And more.
The woman he's sleeping with, their husbands are in a better position than him. Why?
Maybe he can use that maybe on 6 of them.
Yeah, 5.
Not 400.
His brother's wife.
Let me be honest, bro. Which woman would do that for their husband? Like how many women? No, I'm not saying which woman, but how many women would?
A lot. More especially if they're used to the lifestyle.
And
Not
if you stand to
400,
lose
man.
everything.
Not 400.
Yeah, maybe to 6 of them, or maybe 10 or 15 of them.
Four
Not
clip
400.
and why it's about 4 clip and
4 clipper? Yeah.
So basically, there's like
this is just game.
so
it's not just
basically,
game.
it's manipulation. There's manipulation involved. There has to be
It's either
manipulation.
manipulation or that guy's got a big ass snake. Excuse the pun. Like I'm literally talking about like a literal snake. Like he's got some voodoo. He's got some voodoo happening.
Yeah, as Elish is saying, I don't think he has game like that. 400.
4 clipper.
Like our manipulation, not on 400 people.
Not on 400 people.
Maybe 20, 10.
Yeah.
And okay, Ukra story Sakahizo to say maybe it could be like a blackmail strategy. But fuck dog, 400.
400 tapes.
That's a lot of people in
I don't even think PDD can compete
And
at this
people in
point.
like not just ordinary people.
Exactly.
People in high places, bro.
PDD couldn't keep up.
He couldn't. Look,
About mentor, you know.
yeah, if he wants a mentor.
That guy is on another level, man.
No, that guy needs to sign a deal with Netflix and tell his story.
Nah, we wanna
Playboy. He must
hear.
revive Playboy. Playboy's mentioned, yeah.
Yeah, true. Must be the black owner Playboy.
But when did this start, though? I'm sure it might have taken a couple of years.
Nah, it was
Yeah, it's probably a couple of years.
because that's why I'm saying like it's a woman every day. If let's say it's like a recent thing. Even now I thought it was like 300. I
This
was
is
like,
a
okay.
masterpiece.
I thought it was 300, and I was like, okay, there's like a month left in the year. So not like 365. You get one. But 400, that's a lot, my man.
He worked on it for years. This is a masterpiece
Yeah.
to him. This is a project, actually.
So does he have 400 clips? Fucking
And there could be more.
guy, my man. Yeah, there could be more. They were not like accounted for.
Yeah. But on this episode, are there any BTWs?
No, not really. I think
We've covered the scopes of things.
yeah. Is it more than an hour now?
Yeah.
Can't think of anything.
Can't think of anything as well.
BK,
Noah has something.
you have something?
I don't have something, but just to wrap up the show.
And I was rated BK. What's BTW, by the way?
What?
By the way.
By the
I'm
way,
standing here thinking, can't see what's happening.
something. But yeah, I think that would be just the end of the show.
Oh, yeah, I do have a by the way. Actually.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's go.
It links up the court cases with rappers in America with Tory Lanez. So I think Megan Thee Stallion released a documentary. In that documentary, basically she was saying that the whole Tory Lanez thing was false and that
Oh,
she
shit.
was sleeping with him multiple times. So now people are going back and say, so this guy's in prison because you lied. And I think the case itself is gonna be looked at again. So
And you
he
know-
might be out.
And he's been there for more than
he must
a
count.
But I think Megan was forced into that. Because
Yeah.
there was a video when Tory Lanez was sentenced. She was crying and it's like, finally he's behind bars. It was like some whole stunt thingy-mabbo. But now if released a documentary saying otherwise, then it puts a twist to this.
For me,
One thing I know is that there's a lot of people. Okay, I'm now going to say, I wanted to say people who are behind bars for things that they did not do. But now I'm going to say there's a lot of men who are behind bars for rape accusations that they did not commit, let me rather say.
True.
Which is a very sad thing. And I think in every country, it should probably be something that's looked into to say, if we do find that you are lying about a particular crime that you are saying is committed, which is now in this case rape, then you as an individual who is falsely accusing or crying rape, then you must also be dealt with in a similar nature that particular
must have the
individual.
same
the
thing.
penalty must be severe because even like once the person that is being accused
Yeah.
is found innocent, that
It's tainted.
That shadow is still
Yeah.
upon them, and
Yeah.
it takes away a
Forever.
lot of
That's true.
opportunity.
Forever.
So the same treatment must be given
So,
to the accused.
In America,
Totally agree.
looking at the laws, there is a law that says that any falsified accusations, if they come to find that you actually lied,
Yeah.
you do get charged.
Yeah.
for that.
I'm just saying it should apply everywhere in the world.
Everywhere. It's only fair.
It's only fair.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people who are behind bars because of things that, rape cases that they did not even partake in.
Going back to, I know we're wrapping up, going back to the Tory thing, I also saw somewhere where they said, Tory actually found out her lawyer is associated with Jay-Z.
Oh, damn.
And
So
his father, when he got, when they said he was guilty on the day he got the verdict of the court, he was going off at Jay-Z at the time. I remember his father saying, "Oh, Jay-Z, we know what you did and whatever." Now they found out his lawyer actually is associated with Jay-Z.
And the crazy thing about all of this is that Megan Thee Stallion is signed to Jay-Z. So that's what I was about to say.
Everything is connecting.
Conflict of interest.
That maybe they did this to boost
Deliberately.
Everything is
Megan's
connected.
career, but at the cost of someone else's career.
And that's painful.
But that's how
Life,
it,
not
that's
even
how it
career,
works in
life.
the music industry. But yeah. This
And
one
he
thing
did say, Huri,
connect.
once you start going independent, they go after you. Chris Brown went independent and he was listing names and he's like, as soon as you go independent, then they start gunning out because they don't make money off you. So they start gunning for you.
It's like Michael Jackson with
Sony.
Sony, yeah. But anyway, I think we're wrapping up now. Street Squad, thank you for tuning in. And let's do this a habit. And we are out of here.